Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Rest Stop by Nat Cassidy, and this is from Shortwave Publishing. Now, there's no back cover copy to read. There's no inside the front cover copy to read. So there's just blurbs all over the place. So for your nutshell, we've got a guy named Abraham, and he is driving across the country because his grandmother, whom he does not like at all because she's a horrible, horrible person, she's had a stroke. She's in the hospital. His brother has called him, asked him to come out, and Abe he's in a band. His bandmate wanted him to rehearse. He's told his brother that he canceled the rehearsals for their gig so that he could make this trip to see the grandmother, even though he'd never planned on rehearsing. And along the way, he stops at a convenience/gas station, and things get crazy. That's your nutshell. That's all you're getting at this point in time. For the too long didn't watch crowd, I gave this, you know what? I am getting far too old, and I actually haven't rated it yet. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I was just checking Goodreads. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 stars. I really like this book. I loved it. This is my first Nat Cassidy. I have his 3 books from Tor Nightfire, but I haven't read any of those yet. So this is the first one. And this is the first book in the mystery book bundle. Regular viewers will know what I'm talking about. Book bundles, I pick 5 books with some sort of connective tissue, either 5 books that have all been made into movies, or 5 short story collections from different authors, or 5 animal attacks books. I don't think I've actually done that one yet. I can't remember all the book bundles I've already done. I decided to do a mystery book bundle. So I've picked 5 books. You, the viewer, have to figure out what connects all 5 books. I make this sound like a big deal, but I feel like someone's going to get it. As soon as the review for the second book in this bundle goes up, I feel like everybody's going to be like, it's obvious. But anyway, this is the first one. Now, all of that being said, Abe is an interesting character, and I like what Nat Cassidy does right off the bat. He's on the road, and we get to know who Abe is. He's talking on the phone to his brother. So we get family dynamics. We get an idea of what their grandmother is like. And, Abe, we're inside Abe's head. Excuse me. It's not first person, but he's traveling alone. Once he hangs up with his brother, he's traveling alone. And so he's just got his thoughts. And so we're there in the thoughts. But then he stops at this gas station. He wants to get some snacks. He wants to get some gas. And he realizes, there's a point where he realizes there's nobody there in this gas station. Even though there's cars parked out front, and there's a creepy van parked out front, he doesn't see anybody or hear anybody inside the convenience store. So he's like, screw it. I'm going to leave money. I'm going to take my purchases, but first I got to take a piss. And he goes in the bathroom, and he can't get out. Someone has locked the door from the outside. And then things get crazy. I will tell you that every element of the front cover and the back cover has to do with something in the book. It's just not a random, weird kind of, let's just make the title look weird. It's all part of the story. Now, I like Nat Cassidy's writing. I like the character of Abe, and I like how his story is told, how we get to know him as the story goes along, his hopes, his fears, his crush on somebody, and his relationship with his grandmother, who was a, I mean, I guess technically she's a Holocaust survivor. She wasn't in a camp, but she did live through it. It's his relationship with her and his relationship with his bandmates or bandmate, and I really enjoy that. As the story unfolds, I got this R.L. Stine kind of feel where every chapter ends with kind of a cliffhanger. That's not necessarily the best term. I'm not sure. A tension sting that may or may not turn out to be something worthy of a cliffhanger or a tension sting. I don't know if that makes sense. When I read, I think it's R.L. Stine who wrote Superstitions, whatever. Their adult novel. You would have, something's happening in a chapter. Things seem to be building up, and then a hand slams down on Bob's shoulder. End of chapter. Excuse me. And then it's just the person at the table behind him asking if they can borrow the ketchup. That kind of thing. So some of them not that bad. Some of them have that sort of sting at the end of a chapter, but it turns out not to be as bad as we might think. But this is absolutely a nasty, gory, I wouldn't say extreme, but a nasty, gory, violent, crazy, kind of over the top story. And there is a warning. Excuse me. It just says, heads up, this story contains a lot of bug stuff, snake stuff, face trauma, religious trauma, anti-Semitism, claustrophobia, general existential angst, and a little suicidal ideation. It also might get some yacht rock stuck in your head, but no need to thank me for that. And that just brings up the fact that some of this is quite funny. So it just really, it all works. The interesting characters, the interesting, crazy, escalating, over-the-top dilemma that Abe finds himself in, mixed with some pathos and some comedy, and it all just comes together very, very well. I don't know if this is anything at all like the stuff he's written for Tor Nightfire. I've heard great things about Mary, his first book from them, and then the Nesting. I think it's Nesting, not Nestling, but I've heard good things about that. His new one, haven't heard, which I have already, haven't heard anything about that one yet. And I've heard some good things about this one as well. And I'm throwing in some more good stuff. 5 out of 5. This would be a great movie. I could see it being directed by, I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that did Barbarian. I could see him taking on something like this. I can't wait to see his new movie. Weapon or Weapons? I can't remember if it's pluralized. But this has that sort of, that feel. If you saw Barbarian, there's some super creepy stuff, there's some super violent stuff, but then there's some really funny stuff. Yeah, this gives me Barbarian vibes. And if you haven't seen Barbarian, I say check it out. I don't know that it's for everybody, but I loved it. So, rest stop, Nat Cassidy, 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5 googly eyes. Highly recommended. There you go. Did not think of a question ahead of time. Let's go with, have you seen Barbarian? If so, what did you think? And have you read any Nat Cassidy? And if so, what did you think? But no spoilers. As I said, I haven't read the other stuff that I have from Nat Cassidy. I don't want anything spoiled because we're anti-spoiler on my channel. Basically, yes, I've seen Barbarian. I loved it, and I have not read any other Nat Cassidy. Those are my answers to my own questions. What about you? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. Try to be polite here at the Low Budget Review Show. And when I say comments are open for spoilers, I'm talking about spoilers for Rest Stop. No spoilers for any other Nat Cassidy stuff. Please like, share, and subscribe, all the usual YouTube stuff. If you'd care to follow me on other social media, I'll have links for my Instagram and Bluesky in the description below. That's all I've got. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.